During his testimony, Johnny Depp was asked to recall the dates and events surrounding the start of his romantic relationship with Amber Heard. Depp also discussed his relationship with Heard's parents, stating that he adored them. Depp shares details about his former relationship with Heard, including both the beginning and the tragic end of their love affair. He recalls first meeting Heard on the set of their 2011 film The Rum Diary, and falling in love while playing their on-screen roles. In The Rum Diary, based on Hunter S. Thompson's book of the same name, Depp played Paul Kemp, a journalist who takes a job in Puerto Rico. Depp's real-life friend and idol was Thompson. Heard played Chanot, a lady engaged to another man who Kemp falls in love with the moment he sees her. While filming a kissing scene with Heard, the actor stated that he felt something he shouldn't be feeling. Soon after, the actress paid a visit to his trailer, and the two kissed in real life as they realized their affections for each other. Depp also recalled that the couple had nicknames for one another back in the day. He reportedly referred to Heard as Slim, and she referred to him as Steve, both of which are names from the Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall film To Have and Have Not. Johnny Depp apparently requested Amber Heard to watch the film so they could practice stillness on camera. Annie later recognized that the age difference between Bogart and Bacall on screen mirrored the age difference between Depp and Heard off screen. While Bogart was 45 when he met the 19-year-old Bacall, Depp was 48 when he began dating Amber Heard, who was 25 at the time. Heard stated in a court document that she and Depp began dating around the end of 2011 or the beginning of 2012. Depp and long-term partner Vanessa Paradis announced their breakup in 2012 after 14 years of dating. Depp and Paradis had two children, Lily Rose, born in 1999, and John Christopher, 2002. Heard and her partner Tassa Van Ree divorced at the same time. According to USA Today, Heard was arrested in 2009 at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport in Washington on an allegation of physical abuse with then-girlfriend Van Ree. Heard allegedly grabbed and hit Van Ree's arm, causing the two to argue. However, all charges were dismissed, and Van Ree stated that Heard was wrongfully accused by cops who misinterpreted and over-sensationalized the situation. People magazine reported in 2014 that Depp and Heard were engaged when a photo of the actress wearing an extravagant engagement ring surfaced. In a video interview with the Daily Mail, Depp appeared to confirm the engagement after discussing wedding plans and mentioning that he was wearing a chick's ring on his finger. Isn't it probably a dead giveaway? Not very subtle, Depp stated. After several years of dating, Depp and Heard married in 2015 in a very private ceremony at their Los Angeles home, according to People. According to Johnny Depp, the beginning of his relationship with Heard was too wonderful to be true. She was attentive, she was loving, she was smart, she was funny, she was understanding. We had many things in common, certainly blues music, literature. For that year or year and a half, it was amazing. However, after a year and a half, he noticed that their connection was progressively shifting. From the beginning of our relationship, for a good year and a half, she was wonderful, and then things just started to change, or things started to reveal themselves is a better way to put it. The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them star stated that he began noting troubling changes in Heard's behavior after she sought to manage his sleep routine. It all started with small things like that. I think, like anything else, allowing them to continue allows them to grow and blossom into whatever they're gonna become. Johnny Depp also revealed that the couple used to have a ritual in which Heard poured him a drink of wine and took off his shoes when they got home from work. I worked a lot, and when I got home from work, she'd seat me down, pour me a glass of wine, and take off my boots and place them to the side. I'd never had anything like that happen to me before. That was something I'd never experienced before, and it became a frequent occurrence, almost usual. However, she reportedly became unhappy when Depp violated the norm one day and took off his shoes while Heard was on the phone. One night when I got home, she was on the phone. I took my boots off, and Miss Heard came up to me with this look on her face. She simply said, "What did you just do? What exactly did you do? You removed your boots. No. That's my responsibility. That's not something you do, it's something I do." Amber Heard was also visibly shaken following the event, according to Johnny Depp. At that point, she offered, "Let me bring you a glass of wine." Of course, the fact that she was apparently scared or upset that I'd broken her pattern gave me pause. When you see anything like that, you begin to notice additional tidbits that emerge. Nearly a year and a half after the incident, Heard had practically become another person, according to the actor. Heard filed for divorce from Depp on May 23, 2016, and also secured a temporary restraining order against the Oscar-nominated actor. She said Depp had physically mistreated her during their relationship, and that it was generally while he was high on drugs or alcohol. She said that just before filing for divorce, Depp hurled his phone at her, leaving her with a wounded face. A police official, however, told People that an inquiry into the domestic incident radio call revealed that no crime had occurred. Depp disputed the allegations, claiming that Heard was attempting to secure a premature financial resolution by alleging assault. Heard testified under oath during a deposition, but a settlement was reached after she withdrew her request for a domestic violence restraining order. She also retracted her $50,000 per month spousal support request. Depp and Heard also issued a joint statement in which they stated, "Our relationship was highly passionate and tumultuous at times, but it was always held together by love. Neither party has brought false charges in order to acquire financial advantage. There was never any intent of physical or emotional harm," it continued. Heard received $7 million in the divorce settlement, but donated it to charity. A year after Heard filed for divorce, Depp and Heard's divorce was finalized. Heard kept the dogs involved in the 2015 incident in which the pair neglected to declare the animals in Australia. Meanwhile, Depp retained complete control of all holdings, including his private island in the Bahamas and his collection of classic automobiles and motorcycles. According to reports, the non-disparagement clause was incorporated into the settlement that prohibited either side from speaking negatively about the high-profile relationship and breakup. During his evidence, Johnny Depp also admitted that he began using narcotics at the age of 11 while living in an abusive family with his mother. He also stated that, despite doing all the drugs I was aware of at the age of 15, he did not continue to have similar patterns as he grew older. The 58-year-old also admitted to being an opioid addict later in life, but noted that much of the problem was dealt with before he began dating Heard. Depp also claimed to have been sober for a long time and to have abstained from alcohol for many years. The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory star stated that Heard and her team's charges of his severe substance misuse were overblown in comparison to reality. Miss Heard's characterization of my substance misuse is greatly inflated, and I'm sorry to say, a lot of it is just plain false. Johnny Depp also stated that Amber Heard, who had access to his life secrets, could easily use the substance usage issue in the legal struggle. It was an easy target for her to strike because once you've trusted someone for a certain number of years and told them all your secrets, that information can be used against you, especially if it's taken to the point where it's teetering on impossible, tipping over impossible at times. Depp also stated that he was not a maniac who necessarily needed to be loaded all the time. Meanwhile, he apologized for several of his previous texts that included disparaging remarks about Heard. "I'm ashamed by some of the references I made. I'm embarrassed that, in the heat of the moment, the heat of that sorrow that I was experiencing, I went to dark places. Sometimes you have to deal with grief with humor, and sometimes it has to be dark, very dark humor." He also cited Monty Python as an inspiration for his dark humor and debatable vocabulary. In response to Heard's allegations of domestic violence, Johnny Depp stated that he was very shocked when the former made the heinous and disturbing charges nearly 6 years ago. He also categorically denied ever being physically abusive to his ex-wife or any other lady. "I never came close to assaulting Miss Heard in any way, nor have I ever attacked any woman in my life." Johnny Depp also characterized the decline of his relationship with Amber Heard as a journey from Cinderella to Quasimodo. "It's strange how one day you're Cinderella, and then in 0.6 seconds you're Quasimodo." What are your thoughts on the video? Do let us know in the comment section